Hi guys, it's really nice to see you again. Thank you so much for the amazing support and response that I got on my first video. I gotta admit, I worked really hard on it. I was really happy to see you enjoyed it. I was also really excited in making a new video that will probably not be as good and will probably cause both you and me a lot of frustration and pain. But here we are. So this video is actually about my previous video. It's about the characters that I told you I was going to tell you about. Why I thought it would be useful to do this is not to make a tutorial. Okay, so now we're just going to select the paintbrush tool and draw our guy. And then we're just going to press this button over here to animate. And then we did it. We did it. But what I am going to do is quickly explain my process and my reasoning behind some decisions that I made along the way, and hopefully it will be as useful to you as something that you can Google search, like what tool to use or what shortcut pertains to which tool. So I did a really quick sketch in Photoshop of the general proportions of the character that I wanted to use. I then took this sketch into Adobe Animate and started animating it. So, round head, giant ears. Just by looking at them, you already know they're gonna be floppy. Step 1, make it start from a very tiny ball. Step 2, make it expand and overshoot vertically, keeping the same overall volume. Imagine a balloon inflating. Step 3, let the ears lag behind to get that follow-through effect. Step 4, make it squish down into the sides before coming to the final position. The tips of the ears should lag behind. Step 5, make the ears flop after the initial motion is complete. Now watch it again and again and again and again. I also encountered some difficulties while doing this. The main one being that I had never ever attempted to do a character lip sync animation ever before. So after I was really happy with the popping up animation, I realized that I had no idea how to do the lip sync part. So I had two options: to take a mirror and look at myself while I'm talking and make a chart. And the second option, oh come on, we both know what the second option was. But I'm not ashamed to admit, I'm all for doing it yourself, but I'm also a big believer in using other people's wisdom. And what I found really nice was that there were a few happy accidents along the way. Some of the mouth shapes were really on point to the sounds in the words in the questions. The Spanish one, I think, I was really surprised. I just pasted it into the video with a sound overlaid, and it was great. And I was like, oh my god, I'm a genius. Okay, so I had my rough animation done in Animate, and remember what I said about my process in my previous video? How do you animate in Photoshop?
Very patiently, slowly, while grinding my teeth into a fine dust.
And I started filling in the frames one by one, and I realized that I really didn't want to do this. I really didn't want to invest that much time and effort into this animation. And while Photoshop is great at, drawing very pretty textured illustrations and frames for animations, it wasn't what I needed. So I just went back to Animate and started really quickly just filling in all the shapes, because Animate is great at that. So Animate is a very fast, very nifty, very speedy software for animating. What I'm trying to say is that even if you find a process that really works for 90% of your work, try to be pragmatic and practical, and try to be flexible. Don't just get stuck into one way of doing things just because it's the way that you do things 90% of the time. Don't work hard, work smart. Or do both. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for all the likes and the comments on my previous video. If you liked this video as well, maybe you'd like to stick around for more by subscribing. If you don't want to, then it's fine. And if you have any more questions, or if you'd like to see any part of my process in particular, make sure to let me know in the comments section below. Bye guys! Fries before guys.